Why didn't anyone warn me that menopause could make me feel anxious, flat, or like I was losing my mind? Now, we all expect hot flushes, but what no one tells you about are the menopause symptoms that affect your mental health. In fact, there are more than 30 emotional and cognitive symptoms that you might face, and most people can't name more than 2. Now, in this video, I'll walk you through the ones that I wish I had known about, so that you can stop feeling confused, overwhelmed, or like you're going mad. Now, if you've been wondering whether the way that you've been feeling lately, low, anxious, snappy, foggy, or just not like yourself, whether that could be due to menopause, then this video will help you to make sense of it all. What you're experiencing is real, and it's often driven by hormonal changes that affect your brain and emotions. You're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. So here's what we'll cover: the full list of mental and emotional menopause symptoms, including the ones that no one ever talks about, and the language that real women use to describe these symptoms, so that you can finally put words to what you've been feeling, and why these symptoms happen in the first place, so that you can stop blaming yourself and start feeling more in control. And just so you know, if anything that you're experiencing feels worrying or confusing, please do speak to your doctor. You deserve to be supported, not dismissed. Now, I remember sitting on the edge of my bed one morning, feeling completely blank. Not sad, not anxious, just nothing. And that's when I thought, something's really not right here. But no one had ever mentioned that emotional numbness. No one had told me it could be menopause. Now, one of my clients once said to me, I honestly thought I was having a breakdown. I didn't realise that this could be menopause. And the truth is, so many of us don't. We're taught to expect hot flushes, maybe mood swings, but not this. Not this deep, quiet sense that something inside you is slipping. So if you've been feeling tearful, foggy, irritable, anxious, numb, or overwhelmed lately, I'd like to officially welcome you to the Menopause Club. No one gave us a membership card, but once you know what to look for, it all starts to make more sense. There's no official checklist of menopause symptoms, and even if there were, it wouldn't include what so many of us are really struggling with: the mental and emotional side, the effects that hit us hardest and go unnoticed the longest. So let's start with the mood and emotional symptoms. Anxiety, including panic attacks, health anxiety or racing thoughts, low mood or depression, tearfulness, sudden mood swings, emotional numbness or feeling flat, lack of motivation, loss of joy or interest in things that used to make you, those things that used to make you happy, feeling emotionally disconnected, withdrawing from people. And women say things like, I cry at nothing, I don't feel sad, I feel empty, or I just don't care anymore. Next, the cognitive symptoms: brain fog, word loss, short attention span, forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, struggling to follow conversations, slower thinking, feeling mentally dull or overstimulated by small things. You might say, I can't hold a thought anymore, or it's as though my brain is glitching. I feel like I'm in cotton wool. Now let's talk about the rage, the restlessness, the sensory overload. You're snappy, short-fused. You go from fine to furious over something tiny. Loud noises make your skin crawl. You feel like you want to escape your own house. You can't tolerate clutter, chewing, interruptions. Clients have said to me, I shouted at my children and then I sobbed in the bathroom. Or the sound of chewing makes me want to scream. I can't stand anyone being near me. And then finally, there's what I call the identity symptoms. You stop recognising yourself. You doubt your self-worth. You feel irrelevant or invisible. You grieve for that version of yourself that you used to be. The one with energy, patience, spark. And women say things like, I feel like I've faded. I'm just not me anymore. I feel blank inside. So why does all of this happen? It's hormonal. As estrogen drops, it affects brain chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and acetylcholine. Now these are responsible for mood, focus, motivation, memory, and more. And sleep disruption makes everything more difficult. And you're probably trying to carry on as normal, all while your internal world is shifting. Now this isn't a personal weakness, it's a biological change that affects every part of you. So if you've been experiencing any of these symptoms, you're not alone. You're not going mad. And now that you've seen the full picture of what menopause can do to your mind and your emotions, you might be wondering, would HRT help? That's a really good question, and it's one that a lot of women ask when they're struggling with their mental health during menopause. But the truth is, the answer isn't always simple. HRT can be incredibly helpful for some women and not so helpful for others, especially when it comes to emotional symptoms. Now in the next video, I'll walk you through exactly what the research says about HRT and mental health, including when it helps, when it might not, and what your other options are. And you can watch that right here, and I really hope it helps you to take that next step with confidence.